into the breach, showing that without a doubt, Secret, they may be the ones that end up struggling in this series today. Game 3, draft's done, game started. We'll get you into the action here as everything on the line for who's going to be able to stay in this upper bracket, who's going to find their way down to the lower. We're going to know very, very shortly here with this final game of the series to be played.
We're in for a treat this game, too. We have, I mean, what should be a lot more kills on the map than the last one, because I think we only had like 3 kills in 15 minutes or something.
It was something crazy.
This one should have a lot faster pace, a lot more action. Witch Doctor Void constantly going to try to go for kill threat. I mean, Pango Invoker, that's going to be a bit of a trade farm, but important to point out, we're going to have to watch for the dispels from the Invoker versus Shield Crush in mid-game. Can definitely be really strong. And then, of course, also, one of my favorite interactions, that one thing that I will always point out, or try to point out, Marcy with Pango, the sidekick plus swashbuckle. So I'll have to kind of factor that in a lot of times. You want to burst Pango down, because if he gets a swashbuckle off in mid-team fights with the sidekick, he full heals, essentially.
I mean, all in, because you might, Supreme he'll go for the Quas Wex build this game, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's just going to be so disruptive in those mid-game fights.
Yeah, and he has like a Chen, so otherwise there's like no playmaking. He needs to be one to move around. Can't just be relied on Tiny to be ones to do stuff around the map. So you could get 3 again. That's different from Zayats. Goes for the Starstorm level 1. The damage is, it's a lot easier now to land that secondary, the fall from the Starstorm, so I guess he just wants the most damage possible inside the lane. The mana cost is really good level 1 too, but yeah, definitely different.
I mean, and overall, do you like that this top lane is being played this way around, with Rezo once again giving it a shot on the core offlane Marcy?
I prefer a core Marcy to a core Mirana most times.
Yeah, but sure, yeah.
Honestly, straightforward, so. Yeah, I'm curious because the starting build too. Especially versus Chen, I really thought he was just gonna get arrow and try to arrow the creep that Chen takes, but now he has Starstorm, so.
I mean, I imagine he'll get it level 2, right? Or will he be pressured to get leap?
I mean, maybe he feels like he needs to go for leapers. I don't know. It's different. Kadaro is kind of out trading him here.
Oh, he really is. This is a fair bit of damage that Zayats is going to have to walk off. And again, yeah, Kadaro getting himself a new creep, knowing that there's nothing that Zayats can do to take it off him.
Zayats is just dead.
I think he is.
I'm pretty sure he's just going to get purged again and just chased.
Ooh, yeah, it's going to be first. Oh, fair fire.
There's another one. There's another purge. He's got like no cooldown. Oh, miss.
What a miss. He's got him. First blood. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that probably what happens when you take level 1 Starstorm if you do that in your pubs, isn't it, Fog?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was really astonished that he did take it. Okay,
if you have an arrow elite there,
him.
You're probably living. You're definitely living.
You're definitely living. Okay, well that happened. It does make it so Rezo wasn't a 1v1 versus the Dawnbreaker where he was winning the trades at the least, but yeah, I mean, never good to just give up a death like that to a Chen who's just auto-attacking you.
He's got potential to be a strong lane, right? If you start getting the levels, you've got the regen in this top lane, a lot of sustain from Into the Breach's safe lane duo.
Absolutely, because Kadaro, he also, that's something else to point out, he has the hard camp open. That's why he was able to actually get this creep even in general. If you look, because he got that creep, that means that the OP creep is available. The Mind Stealer is there if you'd like to take it on Kadaro.
Is that still what you want to go for?
Always. Yeah. If it's available, I think it's the best, by far the best creep. You provide your lane mana, and you negate the enemy team mana in the lane, so. Yeah, he's got the arrow, so he's safe. It looks like he's going to be playing a lot around rotations. He actually queues up a bottle on Zayats.
All right. Okay. Yeah, a very different approach we're seeing here. I mean, what do you sort of have to get done to make that bottle worth it?
I mean, you just have to rotate a ton. That's literally it. You just have to make sure that you're filling it up and putting pressure on lanes. You know, Invoker's not going to go for bottle, so I guess that's what he's trying to play around. Is he's filling up his bottle, and so is Pango, if he does make early rotations. So if he does opt for it.
Seeing some pretty good pressure as well from Supreme in this mid lane.
He's doing excellent. I actually was going to point that out even in the earlier waves.
It will feel very, very good for Supreme, you know, if he's able to do well in this game. It's just sort of the overall story right between the mids. You have this game 1 where Nisha crushes on his Invoker. Game 2, he grabs it early in the draft, but has a very unimpactful performance. And now in this game 3, Supreme showing that he can pull off just the same as Nisha was able to do so in game 1, or at least that's what he's going for here.
Full bottom. Ari. Avalanche on cooldown.
It's going to take a bit of...
They can actually chase him.
I was going to say, it would take a lot of time to chase him out there.
And look what they're doing also. So they're not even using heroes to check the runes. They actually just send a Chen creep top, kills the water rune, Supreme goes bottom, and now Nisha has to go base. So really good stuff coming out from Into the Breach in this early game.
I mean, this bottom lane as well, is it sort of expected that it was going to be a struggle for the Void in this sort of lane matchup? Because at the moment, Chrysalis, he's having the biggest struggle when it comes to finding farm in this lane.
Yeah, last time versus the Death Prophet, he did excellent, but he was versus that Pango. Ari, with his Tiny, he's able to do quite a lot more.
And more to sort of come from him in terms of what he's able to offer if that second game was anything to go by.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely, I mean, this is really problematic. I'm astonished how low Crystal's CS is.
Top lane is what Rezo. We're able to rebound away in time. We're getting so low. I mean, at least here with the Bottle's Eye, it's able to fuel Resolution back up a bit.
He's got to be careful, though. It looks like he wants to sidekick off of the wave. Okay, he'll be able to heal up a little bit. He'll be safe now. Mid lane.
See the rotation. Keeping him in range of the EMP. Not quite able to find the toss back, though.
Nice try. I mean, look at this, though. Kidaro now also coming. Double net creep.
Can they still do something here? He's bottling up.
He's got both spells. He should be able to distance himself. Let's see.
There's the opening. There's the follow-up. Tornado as well. Buying time. I mean, Cold Snap's there. Nisha will try and get his way out of there, but they have the Avalanche. She'll pop the stick charges. TP's coming in, but it's too late. Nisha goes down.
Damn. Into the Breach. They know who to put the attention onto this game. They have the Catapult alive. Not for long. Good move from Zayats. Still can put some damage onto the tower here, but I love the emphasis that they're doing.
And the thing as well, folks, I mean, it's sort of the fact that it took them a little longer to get the kill, it works out better for them because Supreme, he just got the urn picked up. He's got two charges ready to go.
And they even get the power rune too now on the exiting rotation for Ari. Yeah, this is massive moves again here, catching Nisha pre-6. And Nisha kind of played it a little cocky too, right? In mid, he's like, oh, there's not a third hero. I can swash and do some damage rather than just get away. Already stuck around. All three cores farming really well.
Pressure continues to add up on this bottom lane. Supreme with these urn charges. He wants to make a move on bottoms. Secret no. Chrysalis staying very well hidden. And yeah, Supreme knows. He doesn't want to waste any more time hovering around for kill opportunity. He'll get back to mid.
Good rotation. Either way, he doesn't linger. I like it. Like, he doesn't linger long. Nisha starts to make like a move bottom to perhaps like set up the counter gank, but Supreme's already in mid. Does miss the tornado mid, but does burn away the mana.
Good toss here from Ari. As they'll set up as well with the Avalanche onto the tomb. They'll get that kill. That's Puppey going down. Chrysalis trying to get Ari in return. And with the Maledict, Ari will be sure to pop.
At least gets himself some type of trade kill, but either way, Jibe having a free game. Tride's finished up. He's going to have 6. So now it's likely that Crystals can't actually show up inside the lane unless he gets a +1. So going to be a very leveled to Death Prophet, which is excellent for the game for Into the Breach, as we said before. Having early points in silence are going to be huge. He's going to have those levels of silence probably at like level 8, and he's going to hit it really early on. Even versus Pango versus Void, that's going to trip them up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, are you sort of shifting the lanes around to get anybody down on this bottom?
I don't think you can just like full shift. You might want to just make a rotation with like Pango to gank him or something like that. Nisha though again.
He swashbuckled in aggressively. And he's going to jump down. He's got Puppey by his side. He's going to try and make his way over towards the arcane and we'll grab it. A little bit risky there around the mid.
My thrift rewarded.
They're continuing to put all this attention onto him.
Yeah, now very hard to sort of make moves at all outside of going directly for the Dawnbreaker. Solar Guardian's online. Oteka will be ready to respond to any plays that Secret make elsewhere.
Yeah, best move I feel like for Secret is actually trying to go for this top play. It's not that easy, but if he shows it all, Rezo can just jump right onto him. They might have enough. They should have enough chain stun if they get the initial stun.
Well, he's playing it careful though. You know, uses the hammer but keeps his distance, knowing that his escape mechanism has been used. Doesn't want to get caught in range of the rebound.
Yeah, he's doing. It's impacting his farm, of course. You see, he's getting quite low, at least on the chorus, but not dying. Most important for this Dawnbreaker.
Absolutely, and it's something that he did a fantastic job of last game. I believe didn't die at all.
He did read the map kind of perfectly with all those rotations. And yeah, now they can make the threat. They see the Pango bottom. Supreme immediately makes the rotation. It's gonna get spotted, but Nisha could be under threat here of the Solar Guardian if he gets caught.
Okay. The catch here with the Avalanche. Toss won't hit. See if they can still continue to chase. Rolling Thunder's at the ready, and he'll make it away from there. Not quite able to keep him controlled in the full combo.
Okay, and he's even going to be able to farm with it a little bit, so... Bit of a mess up there from Into the Breach. No Solar Guardian now for the upcoming moments. Now maybe Secret... never mind. 7 defense for bottom is probably still too hard. No Chrono available yet. Actually, Void hit 6, but they're too low. So yeah, tower's dead.
I see the Ghost coming out as well from Jibei. They don't want to be fighting into that one. They'll let the tower go down. They'll just do their best to try and get a bit of a trade up top with a push of Resolution.
He's not. I thought he might use Unleash for this tower, just so he can get the trade push at the same time. He's holding on to it, though. He's just using Sidekick. Dying at a similar speed. Obviously a little bit faster with Death Prophet, but...
See now over towards the mid. I mean, into the breach there. They're starting to push forward. Supreme. Just be careful whilst the Maledictus is upon him.
He has backup near him, though. Chen and Tiny again, looking to play around the mid lane.
Yeah, Nisha having to be careful how far he steps up.
I like how Otaker's playing, honestly. Like, even though the Solar Guardian ends up missing, like, now he's bottom side, so he can farm the triangle. He's avoiding Rezo, because Rezo will just kill him if he does show up in the lane. And now they're looking to play around this mid lane. Level 8, so Silence is available. Jibei 3-1-3 skill build.
Got the Moonlight. Silence as well, but not quite able to get any instant detection down onto him. Silence is fine.
They're trying to keep this Catapult alive as long as possible. Even an extra melee creep to tank, potentially. The stupid Catapult, though, is hitting him heroes. There we go. Gets one hit on the tower. Up top, though, Rezo. He does see Otaker.
Ah, he's got him. See if Supreme can take him down in return.
Right after I complimented him, he does go top. I really didn't think that he was going to go back up there. That's the scary lane for him to really show. Good job from Rezo, sticking himself up around there. Chrysalis
gets
gets
the chrono. He'll get the catch. And time dilation also down onto Ari, stopping there being any initial help, but there's still the opportunity for Avalanche to come out inevitably. So Jibei will live for now. See Nisha look to close in on him with the Rolling Thunder. And with Christus on top of him, I mean,
it's a lot of heal.
He's also going to get this Solar Guardian. Jibei surviving a little longer than maybe Secret would have hoped for him to do so. And with that move, he's able to break away from them. They'll get Jibei out to Nisha. He'll jump over towards Ari, but Ari turns with an Avalanche. They'll lose Nisha for this play.
And Jibei now potentially chasing himself here. He has another Siphon.
I mean, they just couldn't kill him through the chrono. Even with that sort of move where they're able to hold back the initial Avalanche with the time dilation, stopping that from coming up soon enough, comes out after it. They couldn't kill him during the chronosphere.
Siphon is an absurd spell, especially early game now, the way the numbers work. They actually weren't able to break. I think only the 2 of them broke it, right? I think the 3rd Siphon stuck on the Void, which didn't allow him to actually get the finish-up kill versus him from Maledict. So, into the breach again. Looking hot, and Ari in particular on his Tiny looking really good with just his small combos.
Absolutely, yeah. Seems like every single time Avalanche from him hits 3 heroes minimum.
It does feel like that. And now they didn't have damage in the last fight from the healing. Now there's Chen's Hand of God is up, and he's got mech. So maybe feeling some damage issues coming into Secret if there is just like straight up versus this Death Prophet.
I mean, we
Jibei's massive.
Yeah, we very much saw last game with Farm how Jibei was just able to build as this Razor that was just unapproachable. You know, you could not go on him. And playing the Death Prophet, a hero, if anything, even more in that nature, right? That this is a hero that you never feel good about trying to jump. Top lane, they will find Ari.
Hand of God also forced trying to save him, so Secret definitely happy with that kill. Maybe now they can look to make another move because that hand is on cooldown. They're looking to set up on bottom, Puppey. Witchblade is done for Supreme. He also wants a nice easy earn charge. And the creeps are coming in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They don't
attack.
find Puppey though. But tower, there's not a glyph available.
Is under attack.
This tower could just go down. Secret has to make a move. They do not want to lose this tier 2 this
I
early.
mean, they're making their way over. The moonlight.
Dire are scanning.
Hesitant to fully fight in, and
I mean, they're sort of split back up. It's only Puppey that's been left down here. We'll get set up upon. Combo from Supreme. Puppey. He's going to get chased a bit past the tier 2 tower. He'll go down. TPs are now to come in from Secret. Nisha
Oh, nice
not able to
dodge.
find the angle on Jibe. Indeed, as he sidesteps it in the trees. See if Nisha wants to continue to commit on this. He doesn't. He rolls out.
now they can they can finish tower.
I mean, it's going 14 minutes in. They'll lose their safe lane tier 2 tower, Secret.
I mean, now they can take outposts. They can control this whole area. So not only do they have Dawn ult, but they also have map control on this side. This is massive moves really from Into the Breach. And now they know there's no Pango ult. So right now they could still look to be a little aggressive, even though they don't have Exorcism. Nisha's their only real fear.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, this draft from Into the Breach, you definitely expect them to want to put the pressure on early, but being able to do it, and being able to do it as fast as they're doing it this game, is pretty insane.
Yeah, because eventually there's going to be these points where it's like if Secret whiffs one spell, one ulti, it's going to be a rush shot immediately from Into the Breach with a Death Prophet. Secret, they can't really take the same advantage of like just going into Rosh if an ult is missed or something like
I mean,
that. until
can
Pango
they
has
get their
multiples.
jungle back under control, Secret?
I don't think so. I think it's versus Chen and Death Prophet, it's extremely difficult. Also, didn't get to point out, but fun build that Jibe did also last game, this lens, it's insane with Spirit Siphon. It's so difficult to break it, as we saw there, of course. Nisha does have Diffusal done, so quite a bit more damage and potential, at least from him. But Chrysalis is still on the massive road to recovery.
Radiant's
Yeah, a
courier
long way
has been
before
killed.
he's really going to be able to have impact.
Ari.
Well, they can catch it. Here we go.
Oh.
There's the Chrono, but Solar Guardian is up. They're not going to have the damage. Barely taking a scratch there from anything Into the Breach. Nisha will continue to try and commit him with the Rolling Thunder. They'll lay
Jibe?
down the Death Ward. Jibe in a bit of trouble, but nah, he's fine. Heals are there from Kadaro. No kills to be had at all so far from Secret in this fight. Resolution will jump forward. He's able to grab a Taker, but the hammer's at the ready. Taker trying to get up to the high ground, but Rezo commits him with the BKB. Will be able to finish it. See if Rezo can find more. BKB soon to be coming to an end, though, and doesn't want to stay dancing around too dangerously close to the rest of Into the Breach. Tries to back off. So Rezo able to redeem that team fight a little bit, getting the kill on a Taker.
And it's pretty good. I think the fact that Exo is wasted also is huge. If Jibe can make something of it, though.
I mean, look at this back mid. Into the Breach, they're not done. They're not done yet. They're going to look to try and get more. They get the Tornado out onto the two of them. Seeing them chase with the Siphon. Hit with the
Cast?
Shard. Puppey is doing a lot of damage. Jibe's going to get caught by the arrow. Secret, they'll be able to take him down.
I mean, that's why you picked Doctor, right? The cask alone there, playing themselves. That was beautiful. And that all salvages everything. It looked a little awkward there for sure for Secret, but that kind of makes up for everything. Supreme's still
Into
on
the
the
Breach,
hunt,
they're
though.
still not done. They want to make sure that they come out in the better spot out of this. He'll go for the TP away, and there's nothing to stop him.
Nice.
So Supreme at least able to poke back in, take out Zayats for what, of course, was a second time in that fight, considering the buyback. So Zayats actually off the map for quite a lot of time, considering the early minutes here. 17 minutes in, and he's out for nearly a full minute.
What a wild whole situation. And that's something that's always going to have to be something that Secret does factor in. But you got to be careful for Chronos. Make sure you have damage, because your heroes do not really provide the most inside of Chronosphere, and there's tons of sustain.
There's so
from Into
much
the Breach.
sustain, yeah.
So, yeah, got to be a little careful. Rezo, though, he's actually going to be the one we got to keep the eyes on. He's kind of the carry until the Void's going to be back. He's 3,000 ahead.
They're going to try and go for the Roshan.
The two of these can definitely sneak it. Marcy level 12.
It's working. I mean, Into the Breach, unlikely to scout this out. It's a Forge Spirit around. He's going to send it
Oh, he
in.
knows.
Now, can you continue to commit, or do you have to get out?
They got to run. Rezo's got BKB available. He's got to jump away.
And not able to make that sort of sneaky Roshan play that they hoped for.
It's a good attempt, though, with the Unleash. I didn't really think that they would even attempt it this early on with it, but cool try, half HP. Solar Guardian's back up, level 12 on Otaker. Everything up for the side of Into the Breach in about 10 seconds. That Exorcism's ready.
Without a doubt, though, Rezo very much having the game that he kind of expected to have last game, right? As you say, just being that strong frontline force, damage, everything considered. You've got it all here as the core Marcy. And yeah, you could just sort of keep this point of the game covered whilst Crystalis looks to recover.
Yeah, and this game it's easier for him to stick on the carry hero. Like last game versus Slark, he could never hit him because either he's pouncing away, he's shadow danced, he's depth shrouded, etc. This time around, Dawnbreaker, you can't escape. You're gonna get gone on by Rezo, and he's gonna stick on you. And he did actually find also the Dagger of Ristul again, so probably one of the best items you can find from Marcy. That and the Brigand's Blade, which he did find also. Are pretty ridiculous ones on that hero.
Dire are scanning.
Got to watch out for this, though. Blink Dagger on Ari. We saw how much of an impact he was able to have last game after he picked that up.
I imagine they're going to smoke here. They have BKB also on Jibe. He also finds the Eye of Vizier, so cast range on Spirit Siphons with that Aether is pretty crazy.
They're going to go in themselves to finish Roshan.
Okay.
I don't think Secret will necessarily expect this straight-up move.
It dies very fast to level 2 Exo, too.
At Secret, they have the ultimates, Chrono and Rolling Thunder, but they won't be able to make the move in time.
It's gone. Heads up move. And they're smoking.
They want
to use the end of this Exo.
See if they can catch Puppey. Will show himself there, trying to get rid of that creep. Now look to try and dive a little bit around the tier 1. Meanwhile, back over in the mid, Otaker does get caught out. Maybe a bit too focused on the move top. Otaker caught by surprise there as Rezo continue to lead the way here for Secret in this mid game.
Dire's middle tower.
Takes out the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's
Turn up top. They've got the Death Ward outside.
They've got the damage easily this time round. Puppey in position. See elsewhere, the fight continues. They're trying to get on top of Supreme. Rezo continue to attempt to close the gap. Nisha has to roll out for the time being, or can maybe roll back in towards Kadara because the heals are out for Secret. As Secret sort of from the top lane to the bottom lane, despite that Roshan and Aegis going into the hands of Supreme, overall, they still take a solid sort of stretched out team fight. Supreme, he really wants to poke back in on this. I mean, it's 2 versus 5. Ari, he's going to look to go in with the jump. They're back in with the Solar Guardian. Puppey trying to hide here with the shard, but he'll still fall. They'll focus Supreme. He'll be ready to come back with the Aegis. They'll take him down once. Can they do it again? Otaker getting bashed here by Crystalis. Supreme as well, bashed to pieces as well. It's a 3K lead now for Secret.
Uh-oh.
That whole sort of scenario post-Roshan, disastrous for Into the Breach.
Disastrous for Otaker as well. Multiple times now he's getting caught. He shows himself mid, and that causes the full sequence of everything, really. If he doesn't get picked off mid from the Marcy, then even top or something, he might have Solar Guardian for the initial chrono to save Death Prop. It's a huge sequence of events because he gets picked off, and huge credit to Rezo for finding him now a couple times now.
Yeah,
it's pretty massive, really. This Dawnbreaker is massively far behind, and that's the carry, too, where you see him jump in and just die.
So yeah, Rezo crushing it this game. What do you sort of think's been the main factor, the main difference between Rezo being able to pop off here in Game 3, whereas in Game 2 it just didn't happen?
I think it is just the fact that he can actually stick onto the carry hero. I think like last game he probably felt awkward because he just never can catch the Slark.
Yep.
This game, if he's just on Otaker's dead. Otaker's that underfarmed at this point that it's super easy. Even when he gets BKB or Deso or anything, Rezo will be able to just stick on top of this Dawnbreaker. And now full Ags for Nisha. Oh boy. So that minus armor, that lucky shot's going to be applied in pretty much every fight, which will just benefit Resolution even more. And of course, yeah, Brigands and all the damage that he's going to be dealing in the fight too.
And a bit of
Still, Into the Breach, smoked up, looking to fight.
I mean, Rezo's in position. He's able to put the BKB, and now he's ready to turn. Jibe puts the BKB, trying to get away, but Resolution just staying on top for the moment being. Gets underneath the tier 2, will be fine, but Otaker, after the Solar Guardian in, He's just left us such a distance from the rest of his team. They cannot save him. Rezo gets the double as he moves over towards Supreme. Into the breach, struggling underneath their tier 2 here against the
Chrono.
Precious Secret. He'll come in Chrysalis, drop down the Chrono to end the life of Jibbe as every core's been taken out. And the supports, they look soon to follow as Chrysalis will run down Kadara. Ari surrounded by Secret. It's a team wipe as everything just has proceeded to go completely downhill despite them getting that Roshan and that Aegis. It just didn't matter whatsoever. Everything's fallen apart completely beyond that. And Resolution just continues to pop off and really ready to gear up and carry the game. He already is your BKB basher. They just can't deal with his Marcy.
No, and look at Otaker. Every single time, look what happens to him. Jumps into the fight with Solar Guardian. He looks like a support. Really, this is the way that these fights are playing out every single time as Secret has fully addressed the Dawnbreaker core. And yeah, Rezo, as you said, having a flawless game this time around and able to actually stick on targets. They're the ones that smoke into him, and he's the one that says, oh, hello.
Yeah, looking to be very hard now for Into the Breach to be able to redeem themselves after those last few minutes of play. They've fallen so far behind. All three cores at the top, of course, are all Secrets now at this point.
Even Crystal is having a game 6-0-4 on the Void after having a struggle of a laning phase. He's fully caught back up. And then we're seeing, you know, time dilation, how devastating it really is inside these fights too. This game we can actually talk about a little more, as you saw last fight, the triple kill. Time dilation versus Invoker versus Death Prophet, even versus Tiny, can be incredibly disruptive. But yeah, I think story of this game, mostly for me at least, is Rezo able to just be the carry and shut down the opposing carry. Like Jibbe was able to last time as the Razor. It's the Marcy this time shutting down the Dawnbreaker.
Ari. A dangerous spot here. Oh, he's going to blink in it. They're trying to make a play. Coming with the Solar Guardian. If they've got enough damage to get the kill on Zayas, they haven't. He's out with the lead. Otaker will try and commit in. But again, another Solar Guardian into his death.
And Ari, will he live? It's going to be close, he does. Whew. I think he, what, did he consume a Fairy Fire there to survive? I think that's, oh yeah, he did, okay. I think he might have actually ticked otherwise. That was close. And they're picking, the thing is, Owen, they're picking these fights. It's them choosing to go for these for the Dawnbreaker. Like, Otaker, he's 1-6 this time around.
It's rough. It really did feel like that fight was a bit of a sort of a last attempt from them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As Secret full control of the game right now. 26 minutes in. A game that's turned pretty drastically from sort of around that 15-minute mark where we saw Into the Breach being the ones to take an early tier 2 tower bottom. They just weren't able to maintain control. Resolution causing all sorts of issues for them.
I mean, the graph tells it all. Just like you said, like if you pull it up, look at 20 minutes. Literally 50-50, and then boom after just a couple of these fights from Secret, so.
With the heroes they have and how much of a struggle Otaker's had in the last few moments. Hard to see what they can do to turn things with Ciari getting the jump onto Puppey. And Puppey is able to walk away from this. Not enough damage to come in even from a distance there. Okay, Sunstrike, they needed that. A little bit of a morale boost there for Into the Breach with Supreme being able to snipe Puppey on the escape.
It only just gets him too. I think that was close to the high. I think it was like the 300 damage Sunstrike. He had just about 300 HP. So at least they get something. Now they have BKB for Dawn, but at this point it's come out so late. He got a little greedy, right? He had the Deso queued up. He tried to keep going for these fights. Disassembled now to go for this BKB, but he wanted this BKB like 9 minutes ago.
And it's just, you know, especially with how much he's fallen behind, it's just so hard for him to commit in aggressively as he's been trying to do so with the Solar Guardian. If Chrono is available, they're just going to Chrono him, a BKB or not. He will die very, very easily.
Yeah.
Rezo.
They get the catch, maybe.
Not enough
now
burst.
Got the catch on
He's able to put the BKB and try and turn, but actually they have the physical to take him down through it.
He didn't sidekick at the start. He ulted and then I think hit a full sequence of punches and then popped the sidekick.
Yeah, maybe that extra bit of a burst. I mean, either way, as low as he was against the Ghost were coming out anyway, they may have been able to sort of kind of burst through that BKB with that physical damage.
Probably, but yeah, he just didn't get the sidekick off for some reason. All right, good kill. I mean, a pretty big one. It's a BKB as well.
Let's have a look again. There you go. I still on cooldown at the start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was
still
on cooldown.
still on
Fair,
cooldown,
fair,
so
fair, fair.
he got it
Good
off
call.
as soon as he could, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm like, oh, he took a second on it, but yeah, fair enough. A pretty big kill. Can they get something else out of it, though? Because it was Ghosts expended.
It feels like they need to.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
But they actually, they also have to just be careful how far they overextend versus Chrono, so I'm probably thinking that. Kadaro. Standing kind of AFK, microing his creeps. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, sometimes, it happens. You know, you find yourself in the river, you're doing your stuff with your creeps, and you're like, hang on, where's the hero? And he'll be dead.
He's got a lot he's doing, right? He's captaining, he's controlling creep.
It's
Like,
a busy
playing
life.
Chen is not
Yeah.
fun. Up top.
Here we go, Rezo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a very dead invoker.
Is under attack.
There we go. A couple of flurries of punches from the Marcy. And Supreme falls. Ari as well in the river. He's gone. Roshan's up. Secret. They're ready to take it.
And during all this, they haven't even had to expend much of anything. Chronosphere still at the ready. I mean, they had to use the Unleash for Marcy, but whatever. Winning cooldown. Maybe they get Nisha. Looks like they are potentially setting up onto him here. Nisha.
See what they got.
They got the silence.
Good opening. Is the damage quite there? Good for Fear as well. He's off to the side. He's able to...
No
Ooh,
way.
He's actually out. Roll up in a TP.
Nope.
One. There we go. Taker able to swing him down there with that final club of the hammer.
These kills do matter. They're pretty important. Any type of kill you can get at this point on Into the Breach, it's pretty big. Nice little bounty there going for the Dawnbreaker, much needed. But at the same time, yeah, Roche does go the other way.
I guess in this game, very much for Secret, but it's not, they don't need to rush things, do
No
they?
rush.
They have 3 cores at a great spot, and all 3 very much ready to scale, get those next few items online. It's game 3. You don't want to take any risks.
Yep, you all scale unbelievably hard, honestly. Like Marcy, even buffing up these heroes too. If you get to 25, you get these sidekick spell immunity for your cores and everything too. He's gonna have AC pretty much done as well. They're getting stronger and stronger. But they still probably want to just look for these fights. They're gonna go for some D wards here. At first, they'll find this one.
Into the Breach is on the hunt for them.
Does
Edge
anyone have a
spike.
gem? Puppy does, right? Yeah, Puppy has a gem.
Smoke on smoke here. Who's to get the jump? Smoke will be dispelled.
Ooh.
They're gonna go for a taker. They'll drop the chrono. He's able to get the BKB off in time. See if this will have enough damage. Off to the side, Rezo. He's ready to go. In on top of Ari. A taker tries to swing away, but the bashes are coming in. He'll look to pull his way out of there with a hammer, but Chrysalis stays on top of him, takes him out. Both for Taker and Ari to fall. CGBait try for the turnaround with the ghosts out, but the entirety of Secret just throws themselves on top of him. 4 dead on Into the Breach. Only Kadaro able to survive.
Dire's middle tower.
Easy control. I mean, Rezo solo kills the Tiny, moves on to the next target, moves on to the next, while the Chronosphere just controls the poor Dawnbreaker. At this point, Secret, the fights can be taken in a lot of different ways. But this one, again, they find no taker. Every single time they find the Dawn.
He's had a tough game. He's had a very, very tough game. They've shut him down completely and definitely making up for the lack of kills they're able to get against him in game 2. Killing him time and time again. And now here with the push. Up to the mid set of racks. Looks like they're going to fall back though. Respawns are coming in from Into the Breach. And as we say, you know, Secret, they're not in any rush here.
No, BKBs are on cooldown as well. They don't want to, no funny business. Get back, pick up your like 5,000 gold of items for each core, and then look to go again when BKBs are ready. Rezo, level 20 has been hit, plus AC finished. Of course, we see for Nisha, I believe his Octarine is done. Yeah, flurry of items coming out for those cores. As for Into the Breach, they do have those, at least the 3 BKBs on the cores, but now starting to really feel like the lack of ways to start fights, lack of damage, and lack of everything when they are at this deficit.
I mean, do you see the potential for any sort of high ground toss-back players to get them back in on this?
Not really too much, honestly, because I feel like Secret might just use that as an initiation tool. If you get tossed back, they just might commit in themselves.
And at this stage with the levels as well, You know, we're very much seeing Puppy have a great time with the Voodoo switcheroo. He's very much enjoying this one on the Witch Doctor.
He's honestly killed it. I was a little doubtful of the Witch Doctor pick, but the casks and just his survivability overall has been amazing.
I mean,
does he fight Supreme? I mean, he'll see him for a sec.
Oh, has he got anything else? He's got his dust. Supreme, he's looking very, very dead. Tries to push
Puppy
them
got
back
the
with a
last
deafening
hit.
blast. And yeah, you bet he did. He wouldn't have been happy if he didn't. He put the work in there for that one, Puppy.
Sure did.
But yeah, I mean, this sort of bit where, because he got the Voodoo switcheroo online pretty much as soon as he could, right? The sharp was straight out. And as you say, multiple times, they're just not able to take him down before he disappears and the Death Ward comes up.
Yeah, they honestly got played by him a couple of times, like in mid in particular when they overchased. Those kills definitely did add up because that's when Into the Breach did have a little bit of a window.
We've got a bit more damage now with Ortega having his Deso. But as we've seen, BKB or not, still ways to deal with this Stormbreaker.
He's so far behind. He's just going to get bash locked from either a Marcy or from a Void.
Oh!
Kidaro. Oh! Lucky.
Ari, he's going to get some backup. Ortega's going to come across with the Solar Guardian there. We'll be able to deal with Puppy this time. Ari looking still pretty dead. It's Chrysalis, he's got Chrono. A little short on the mana, though, and won't look to commit again. There is respecting that the Aegis coming to an end. Aegis timing out now.
Saving the Chrono for more of their push play rather than just using it on a kill, it looks like here. Setting up for top, smoked, waiting for someone to show for the wave.
Yeah, I mean, if they just go in.
Reza will just insta-kill.
Yep. This Marcy's ready to go for you. Oh, he's in with the blink. Not quite able to get the sort of smooth opening that he wanted to. He ran as well off the mark, but the bashes are coming in. And Supreme doesn't stand a chance. He's out of the game. They turn over towards Ortega. He's popped the BKB. Will look to pull himself away with the hammer, but Rezo bashes him down. Double kill for Resolution, and he's ready to get the push going as well. They can buy back if they want, but although the big ult's there, Chrysalis has Chrono if it's needed. Triple kill for Resolution. Secret, after a struggle in game 2, very much back to the form that they expected to turn up with against Into the Breach here in this game 3.
Yeah, and Rezo completely popping off this game, really. Just not even letting Ortega have much of a game on this Dawnbreaker because of how well the lane went and how much he caught him, right? The way that he was able to catch him multiple times, especially the one after the Roche. Smooth sailing.
So probably have one more fight in them Into the Breach. Secret, we'll see if they want to stick around after this. Still a tier 2 to be taken down bottom. And again, with the heroes coming back into play, they won't pressure the tier 4s quite yet. They'll continue to draw this out. Take it safe.
They can just make the move that the waves are going to naturally push in, walk their way to bottom, grab the rune, get the arcane, and meet up with their buddy Nisha.
Oh, he's got full Daedalus now. Rezo.
I thought he was getting the Abyssal. All right, I mean, I like this much more. I think this is perfect.
Having exactly the game that he set out to have in game 2, but didn't quite get there. This game, he's making up for it completely.
He will. I mean, he's going to kill most heroes in that. Even the first flurry, second flurry, probably everybody's dead.
And very much showing, the other teams in its qualifiers that you might have to have the Resolution Marcy in the back of your mind. I mean, it's just across the board, Marcy likely to be a hero targeted in the draft anyway.
Yes.
But ever more so the reason to do so against Secret.
I mean, we've seen it now run in... I've seen it ran 3 roles, right? I think Ana played it as carry. We've seen it as... Actually, 4 roles. I think we played it off lane, carry, 4, and 5. So more as a 4. But now off lane 4. And that carry role has been seen. I think Gunnar, of course, played it mid, but this was before it got changed, I'm pretty sure. But could probably see him do it again. Ari. Being stalked. Everybody on the side of the breach just trying to find any farm possible. Well, Rezo looks for the solos.
He's in on the mid. Couple of rounds of punches, and Ortega's taken down 100-0. Doesn't even need to break a sweat there or pop his BKB, Rezo.
Yep, get your OS frogs out at this point for sure when Marcy gets to this type of point. Nice little 3,000 damage versus the carry. Oh, and ooh, a DD rune.
Oh, there we go. Give him the
be
bottle.
Lovely. Give it a Rezo. Give him the bottle too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rezo like gets himself all postured in his seat.
He had a bit. He was all right.
"Ah."
Oh, they're not ready for me.
Okay, does he kill them in the first flurry with DD? I think he does.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Let's see
If he gets a crit, a 2, yeah, absolutely, it's just over.
He's
It's
got
just
cooldown.
over.
10 seconds on it.
All right,
10
all right.
seconds
Yeah,
on it.
he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait. And
Maybe
then
his team's telling him to. Maybe he's like, hey team, let me just do my thing. Let me do it.
Just let him go in 1v5, get the rampage. He can do it.
Okay, maybe
He
not
has
that
the
much.
tools.
They're patient though. They wait. Roche is back. Ooh. Oh, give him the Ags.
I mean, you like the act. You say it's got potential, right?
Only because it drops the
'Cause it-
cooldown to 40 seconds. I don't think anything else about it is good.
Well, you're saying, well, because the pulses go through the BKBs and such, right?
But that's already the case. You know?
True.
But I mean, your abilities are going to be pulsing more. But yeah, they're just going to give it a.
Yeah, you can have more pulses.
Yeah, I mean, it needs a little more love. It's not great yet. Ags Void makes much more sense.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
look, it's
That's
nice
cool.
for Chrysalis as well. He now gets to be the top spot in there.
Exactly. You know, you got to give him something.
Yeah, let him have that. Oh, well, so the Guardian
they're
coming
top.
in. They're actually in onto Rezo.
They got him.
Oh, they got him. That's a big kill. Taking out Rezo. Can they get more? I mean, he's just rolling it up to the high ground, but the BKB's up from Supreme. Jump forward. That's a great chrono onto the 3 of them. As the Death Ward out to the side. Supreme's out of the game. Bash is coming out over the Warzone Taker. There'll be a buyback from Supreme, but nobody else having the luxury of a buyback on into the breach.
Well,
it's just Ari and Supreme left alive.
Well, they got Rezo. The
They
raid
did.
boss was taken out.
They did. They were able to sort of spoil his fun, right, with the DD.
A little bit.
He did pop it, right? That was...
He did.
He did. He did not get
Chrysalis-
to get his 1v5 rampage that he dreamed of.
Chrysalis gets to come in and have fun though. Gets a nice, gets his best chrono yet.
That
So
was a solid one.
yep. Trade off of fun between the players.
Looking for that final set of Rex to prepare to close this one up.
Dire's bottom tower.
Creep wave, fortunately spawning in time there to block the arrow that was heading the way of Supreme. Oh, he's in, and he's out.
Uh-oh.
Drop the Meteor. Chrysalis. He's going to
Supreme.
step forward here, ready to get on top of Supreme. Supreme, he'll go down. Out of the game, 90 seconds. Ari's gone as well. They'll have a couple of heroes up in 10. We'll see if they play it out, but they might not even get the chance to do so. They'll call it. GG is called. Game 3 will go the way of Team Secret, as they'll take this series 2-1 against Into the Breach. This Game 3 very much showing that it was back to business from Secret. There wasn't any messing around in this one. And Rezo, he dies at the end. But other than that, this was his game. You could tell, you could see it as well on the cams. He came to have fun, play some offlane Marcy, and he certainly did both of those things.
Yeah, but definitely some signs of life for Into the Breach and some signs of weakness for Secret. Getting outplayed quite a bit in that second game and.